Hey, I'm Lisa. For those of you who are new to our channel, welcome. And for those of you who have been here before, welcome back. We're so glad that you are here. So we are a homesteading family and we like to grow and raise as much of our own food as we possibly can. And we also follow a Mediterranean diet. I like to do shopping videos to show you what to get at each store for the Mediterranean diet. And this is another Aldi video. So we're going back to Aldi. We did this about a year ago and I just went yesterday, and so I'm doing another video. And so there might be some overlap from my previous video. I'll link that one below so you can check it out as well, but there's definitely some new things. Okay, so we're gonna go through the frozen section first so I can get everything put back away into the freezer. And honestly, at Aldi, there are not a ton of frozen items that I get, and the only items that I do get that are frozen are single items. So this wild caught salmon is a good pick. I love making my salmon in the air fryer. It's really easy and it's really delicious, and it's a great source of protein and omega-3s. Salmon in the air fryer is a game changer. If you haven't tried it yet, I highly suggest you do. And then the other thing that I get at Aldi in the freezer section is fruit. So there's this berry medley. It's got strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. And so this is really good for making muffins to throw on top of Greek yogurt. And then also these mango chunks are really good. My son really likes putting these mango chunks in his smoothies. As far as frozen vegetables, there wasn't a huge selection at my Aldi, but I did get some butternut squash. I got some sweet potatoes, frozen sweet potatoes, and then some frozen broccoli florets. Okay, moving on to the produce. Produce at Aldi is a great deal and they have a really, really awesome selection. So I got this big bag of russets because I love making twice baked potatoes. They freeze really, really easily and they're just a really easy side to add to a meal and really easy to meal prep. I love making a batch of twice baked potatoes and they freeze really, really well. I always get this big bag of chopped kale because I love making zuppa toscana soup, and kale is also really great to throw into salads. Then I got this big bag of spring mix. We really do like our salads around here. Salad greens are great to tuck into sandwiches too for an extra nutrition boost. Mixed greens, baby spinach. This would be my husband's favorite. Charlie loves his baby spinach. And then I love having tomatoes in season in my garden, but when I don't, I try to just get a variety of different kinds of tomatoes. So this is the gourmet tomato mix. And then I always get bananas, lots and lots and lots of bananas. Boys love to put them in their smoothies. And then I love these little snacking mini cucumbers. Again, when I don't have cucumbers fresh out of my garden, I do like to get these. These are really good to make a really quick tzatziki with, or make some like a tomato cucumber salad. They're also really great on a mezzi platter. I make mezzi platters now instead of charcuterie boards because it's not all that processed meat. And then I've always got to get some mushrooms. So these are some baby bellas. And then I buy avocados like crazy. Aldi has a great price on avocados. They're usually 49 cents a piece. And so I usually buy at least 6 at a time. And if you didn't know, you can keep avocados, once they've ripened, you can keep them in your refrigerator and they are going to last you for much longer than they will on the counter. Okay, and now for my absolute favorite section of Aldi, which is the cheese section, because you can take the girl out of Wisconsin, but you can't take Wisconsin out of the girl. So, absolutely delicious feta choices. So this feta in brine is my favorite that they have at Aldi. I really, really like this one. It tastes absolutely amazing. And then I also like the crumbled feta just for when I want something just really quick and easy, like on a salad. They've got these little goat cheese logs. Be sure when you're picking things like this up, if you're really trying to follow the Mediterranean diet closely, you don't want to get the ones that have the flavors in them and like all of the fruit, because they've got a lot of added sugar. You can add fresh herbs and you can add fruit onto it yourself. That's a much healthier way to do it. They have a great price on both Asiago and Parmesan cheese. And then I really love these little snacking cheeses. These are really great for when we do pizza night on Fridays. I love using this to just top the pizza. This with some fresh basil just makes the pizza so good. I like my pizza with my homemade whole wheat crust and just pile on those fresh, delicious veggies. How about you? And then they've got several different kinds of halloumi. So these are the halloumi sticks. And if you saw my previous Aldi video, I talked about halloumi cheese. It's actually cheese that you can grill. And it's really, really fun to play around with. It looks really cool on a salad. So you just kind of grill the outside of it and then it's really nice and creamy on the inside. It's delicious. And I cannot talk about cheese without bringing up some wine too. And I love that on the Mediterranean diet that we can treat ourselves to a nice glass of red wine. Whenever you are picking out a red wine on the Mediterranean diet, you want to go toward a dry wine because a dry wine is going to be less sweet, which means less sugar. And so I haven't tried this, but this was on special at Aldi. It is their red of the month. It is the Bear Brothers Cabernet Sauvignon. So I'm really excited to try this. I'll let you know how it is. If you've tried this wine, let me know if you like it. And this Greek yogurt is a fantastic buy at Aldi because it is so good. It's so great to make a parfait with or to use as a sauce. You can make tzatziki with it. You can make some, like I love taking just salsa and Greek yogurt and mixing that together and making a sauce. You can baste fish with it, you can baste chicken with it. It's really, really good. Okay, moving on to the grain. There's a lot of great grain options for the Mediterranean diet at Aldi. So one of them is this brown basmati rice. This is really great. And then they had these are new. I hadn't seen these before, but they've got a chickpea rotini, a chickpea penne. So chickpea pasta is really good. There's a really popular pasta out there called Banza pasta. And the thing with Banza is it's got some extra additives in it. And the only ingredient in here is chickpea. So these would be a better, cleaner choice for the Mediterranean diet. And they're less expensive. So this is a big win at Aldi. So definitely look for these. And then the whole wheat spaghetti, we get this all the time. It is fantastic. My family loves it. They don't even complain anymore. When we first started with the Mediterranean diet, there would be a little bit of complaints about, I don't like this pasta. But now everybody really doesn't even bat an eye when I use whole wheat pasta, and this is a great one. And then this is an Aldi find, which means your Aldi may or may not carry it. If it does, it's fantastic. I just did a video where I made homemade ricotta cheese and I made my homemade veggie lasagna, and I used these lasagna noodles. They are so delicious. They're easy to use. They're no bake, and these are fantastic. So if you can find these, I highly recommend these. So one thing you want to be leery of for sure are these prepackaged grain packets. While they look really convenient, they have way more sodium than you need, and it's really easy to cook these in bulk yourself. Each week, as part of my weekly meal prep, I cook a grain and put it in individual containers. So as far as sauces and salsas and things like that at Aldi, you really just have to read the labels. I grabbed the ones that were the cleanest choices with whole food ingredients here. And so those are the ones that I'm going to show you. So these are new actually also. This is a mild chimichurri salsa. So I've never tried this, but I'm really excited to try it. All whole food ingredients. And then this one is a 4-pepper salsa. And this one I get all the time. This is just an organic, thick and chunky salsa. I love this one. I put this on my eggs all the time. And then the tomato sauces, they're pretty comparable to what you would buy when you get Rayos, but they're less expensive. So this is a premium tomato basil, and then this is a marinara sauce. And so these were also on special when I went. So your Aldi, these were in Aldi finds, so your Aldi may or may not have these. And yes, I do make my own homemade sauce when I have fresh tomatoes from the garden. I love the Kalamata olives. They've got a lot of different varieties of olives at Aldi, but you have to read the labels, because like this, the only ingredients in here are Kalamata olives, water, sea salt, and red wine vinegar. The other olives had extra additives in them, so these were a good bet. And then I love that they have canned pinto beans. That's hard to find. If you follow me anywhere on social media, whether it is TikTok, Instagram, or my blog, I'm always talking about everything but the bagel seasoning. It's my favorite. I always get it. Aldi has a great price on it. And then they have some really great organic spices too. We use this garlic powder a lot. This was an Aldi find. So this is chili with Himalayan salt. I thought this would be really good. I specifically thought that this is going to be really delicious on fruit. So I really like that sweet, spicy thing happening with fruit and chili. So I'm excited to try that on I'm thinking I'm gonna try it on some grapefruit, and I'm gonna try it on some watermelon. And then this, I've talked about this before. This is extra virgin olive oil spray. The only ingredient in here is olive oil, and I love using this for the air fryer. It is just really, really easy to spray things down on the air fryer with this. I like this for that reason. And then last but not least, nuts at Aldi. So here's the thing with the nuts at Aldi. Again, you have to look at the labels. Most of them are in sunflower oil or canola oil or something like that. But here are two that I found that weren't. So chopped walnuts and then oven roasted macadamia nuts. So these don't have any of those other oils in them, and I'm really excited to try to make some macadamia nut crusted fish with this. If you've tried that, let me know what fish did you make with it, because I'm interested in trying that. And then I use walnuts all the time.
Dates stuffed with goat cheese, with tahini and walnuts and honey. Delicious.
So I hope that this was helpful for you. And again, I would love to know what your favorites are at Aldi. So go ahead and put those in the comments. Have a wonderful week.